If this movie was released in today's climate, this would have been an instant classic. And I don't mean that in a negative way, because you look at today's world and what this movie is doing all the way back in 2004, like, this movie is aging in a way where a lot of people are going to appreciate the hell out of it.
What the hell is going on in here?
She came on to me.
No wonder her career's in trouble.
Seed of Chucky.
That's my boy.
Released in 2004, we are talking the 5th Chucky movie, Seed of Chucky. Alright, so we have reached the 5th installment of the Chucky franchise, and to me, this is easily the worst one. Okay, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. Even as a kid, I never liked this one, because if you ask a lot of just general audience people, who is like the scariest slasher? Like, I have the Mount Rushmore people. Who's the one that scares you the most? I've heard in my lifetime more people say Chucky than anyone. I've heard him, and I've heard Freddy Krueger. And so with Chucky, you look at this franchise and what Don Mancini has done, there are a lot of highs, in my opinion. This is the low. I truly, I don't see this as a horror movie. This is a slasher, I'll say that much. But Seed of Chucky is a comedy, and not a very good one. There's a couple laughs in this movie, but damn it, man, like, watching it today, I was like, this movie has so much in it that today's society can really take away from it in a good way. And I'm a person, you love who you want, you be who you want to be. And so in this movie, you have Chucky, who now has a kid, and this kid is deciding if he wants to be a boy or a girl, because he is a doll, or she is a doll. So Glenda, it becomes an entire plot point in this movie. It even leads into the show, which honestly, for what the show did it better. But also the show came out, or was it season 2? The show came out that season, the last like 2 or 3 years. In today's climate, what people are talking about in the LGBTQ community, with trans people, they, them, all that kind of stuff, that is a subject that I am not a professional at, but this movie came out in 2004. This is a movie I feel like a lot of those people in that community can admire, especially in a horror movie, where horror movies can be fucking mean. They can be ruthless and just crude. You have Chucky in this movie who supports the decision of make his own decision, let him choose. And yes, obviously Chucky wants Glen, but Jennifer Tilly wants Glenda. And so the whole movie is a great, like, conversational piece about it. So that's all I'll really say about it, in like a good matter of like, this movie is aging in a way where in today's society I feel like people can appreciate it. For the movie itself, the actual review, I just think this is a bad movie. And I hate to say that for Don Mancini, because I've watched a ton of interviews about him doing the show and everything, and I like a lot about the show, but the parts of the show that I never liked is when they went really over the top, silly, breaking the fourth wall. That's this movie in entirety. Like, everything I didn't like about the show, this is the movie. Like, there are no thrilling or horror moments. Yes, the opening is a first-person point of view of, obviously, Glen killing this family, which is honestly iconic for me, because as a kid, it was actually scary. I was like, oh my god, there's a killer doll walking around. Then you get him at a carnival basically being a talking puppet. And then he pees himself, and then he makes jokes. And then we get Jennifer Tilly in this movie. And then we get Jennifer Tilly the doll. And then they argue at each other because of their voice, because she has an annoying voice. It just feels like low-hanging fruit at this point. Like, the comedy doesn't work to me. Like, the whole Britney Spears scene, like, come on. Really? And do we really need a scene of Chucky masturbating? Do we need that? With John Waters in the bushes taking pictures. And it's just, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's silly. It's over the top. And I'm not a fan of it, okay? I'm sorry. I know a lot of people enjoy this movie, but like, when you watch Bride of Chucky, That movie balanced to me the comedic moments, the dark moments, the over-the-top moments, while being a thrilling, slashing Chucky movie. This is a comedy. This is straight up a comedy. That's all this movie is. And by the end of the movie, when you have everyone running around trying to find a new baby, and Jennifer Tilly gets pregnant, and she's like 9 months pregnant like that, and then you got Chucky running around and killing people with his son, and then the son's deciding if he wants to be a girl, and there's so many plot points going on, and by the end of it, you get, to me, one of the most confusing endings. Sorry, spoiler alert. Chucky kills the actual Jennifer Tilly in the doll. But like you as a viewer, she's literally in this doll, and she's like, blah, 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 whatever. And then he gets hit by the axe, and then literally in that moment, Jennifer Tilly's in that doll telling Glen, like, don't listen to your parents, F your dad, and then dies. Like, that is Jennifer Tilly. And then the doll is in Jennifer Tilly at the end. It's just a mess. It's just a fucking mess, in my opinion. And again, I know a few people that enjoy this movie, but I just think it's over the top silly. The only part that honestly I feel bad for is the fucking assistant. Even as a kid, I was like, damn, why'd she have to die? She did nothing wrong. But you know what? I'm glad they did that, because in horror movies, they always kill the people you want to die. I like seeing a horror movie like, hey, we're going to kill people because that's a horror movie. So we're going to kill the person that doesn't deserve it. The assistant in this movie didn't deserve it. So, and I'll give that this movie. They did that one rule that always, I'm like, please do that more. They did it. So yeah, I think this movie's a mess. I don't find a lot of the comedy funny, and this movie is way more silly than it is trying to be a horror movie. And I think Don Mancini's script has too many plot points going on for 3 doll characters, Jennifer Tilly in real life, and then like the freaking limo driver's in love with her. Like, that's a plot point. And it's just, I don't like this movie. I don't like it. I appreciate what it is doing for today's community. I appreciate the hell out of that. They were ahead of their time. And I think the show did it better in how it's handling its piece of Glenda. But watching this movie, this is not a horror movie. This is a freaking comedy. I'm going to give Seed of Chucky a D+. Also, I am so sorry. I never said Jennifer Tilly's doll character name, Tiffany Valentine. Yes, Tiffany is iconic just as much as Chucky is, in my opinion. And I love the practical doll effects, okay? I feel like this whole review, I was kind of just bagging on it, how much I just didn't like the comedy and everything. Yes, I would like to mention the doll, practical effects, Brad Dourif, Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany. All of that is iconic, and there's a lot of good moments with that kind of stuff in the movie. There's also a few good kills in the movie. Like when John Waters gets killed by the acid, that's a cool kill. Like, hands down. The guy getting his head ripped off with, like, the string, whatever. Cool kill. Sorry I'm putting the pause of the end of the review. But anyways, that is the end of sequel week. So, it is still September for me, but I am going to take a little bit of a break from reviewing movies. So, tomorrow's review, which I will film in October, will come out tomorrow. It is not a sequel. So, no more sequel week. We're continuing out the horror reviews for the rest of the month, though, and there'll be like a couple days off, and but sequel week killed me. So, anyway, guys, you guys enjoy this movie review. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.